Holy freaking shnikes. 10,000 of you actually like to watch my videos. It is currently, hang on, my watch is telling me I made an activity goal. It is currently 10:45. Number dyslexia. It is currently 10:45 at night. And that is gonna go in there. That was almost really bad. Okay, I accidentally broke my camera stand, so we're going back to the OG vlog style looking videos for a little bit, but bear with me. So obviously the valve covers and the intake are not completely on yet because I have not gotten push rods to put in yet. But I thought what better timing than now to go ahead and try to explain the LT style steam vent system that I'm gonna run. And as I say that, the LT typically has their heat pockets in the back of the engine. So that is actually where I'm running lines. So it's probably not the best time now that the engine is in the car, but we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna take the intake off and we're gonna see how much of this we can see. And before I continue talking about this steam vent system, I just want to pause really fast and say huge thank you to JEGS because they are the ones that sent me most of the fittings and hoses that I'm going to be running to make this steam vent system. Okay, so to kind of explain what I have back here, I have two AN fittings from either head here. And then this is a swivel coupler, and then it connects to a T-fitting, which connects to a hose fitting, and then I'll have the hose, which connects to this hose fitting, and then another 90-degree AN fitting into the other head. So since I'm one-handed and it's kind of hard to show you guys exactly what I'm doing in the back of the engine there, I'm going to measure this hose from this part of the fitting to this other side of the fitting, and then I'm going to cut it and I will show you guys how to put them in. I never thought I'd miss that janky camera stand so much right now, but as you can see, that space was pretty tight, so we're gonna see if this even works. Hopefully it does. But I got these giant tailnail cutters, basically, and all I'm gonna do is cut where I measured and hope that this cutter does not make my hose all janky. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit on both sides, and then we will try to put them into the fittings. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this is 6 hose and this is the 6 AN straight hose fitting. And my goal here is to get the hose into this end. Okay. Where's my other fitting? Found it. Rule number 1, don't do that. Sorry, JEGS. Your fittings now look like trash. I can't even blame my stupid hand. I'm shocked that that's not completely destroyed. Now we pray to God this still fits, and if it doesn't, I might cry. Okay, it's in, and I didn't cry, but we don't need to talk about how many times I had to redo that. As I mentioned before, the whole point of this is to remove pressure from the heads themselves. So this T-fitting is going to run another hose up beside the intake and the valve cover, and it's going to go to the radiator, so then the radiator can deal with any of the excess pressure that's inside. Because if we don't have something like that and there's a bunch of pressure being built up, then we'll blow head gaskets and all that good stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is removing the pressure from within the valve covers. And that is done with this bad boy. Okay, I promise I'm investing in a new camera stand, so bear with me because I know this sucks. But I took the valve cover off so that I could show you. I have a vented breather fitting that comes out of here, which I will then connect a 10 AN 90 degree fitting here. And next, this is going to run to an oil breather tank. And when you order the part number that I'm going to show you, it comes with all of this stuff. So it's got the fitting for the hose, and then a plug for the other side, as well as the filter for the top of it, and the hardware to go on the bottom, as well as the hardware to mount it. And then I will show you guys how to mount that. So I'm going to put this together, and I will be right back. Okay, so that fitting is up there, and then I've got the hose, and I'm not going to finish this in until I figure out exactly where I want the breather tank, but I'm thinking about mounting it about right here. Obviously, I will paint it black, and then let me show you how you would mount this. So this breather tank comes with 2 sets of this. You can put this bolt in here. You can have 2 actually. And I will drill 2 holes right here and then put the nuts on the other side, and that will be mounted right there. Fair warning, this is going to be the physics science-y part of this video, so if you don't want to listen to it, just click ahead. Anyways, so the 2 systems that I just ran, the back one, the one at the back of the engine, is what I would call a mock-up steam vent system. The LTs tend to build up the heat pockets in the back of the motor, which is why I did them in the back. The LSs actually mount them in the front sometimes, or all 4 corners. But what that's doing is releasing any pressure that builds up inside of the heads, because if I don't, then that's when you start blowing head gaskets and stuff like that. So that TAN fitting that I showed you goes up to the radiator, and it mounts just above the, or just below the radiator cap. And then your radiator cap has a rating on it, and that just depends on the radiator. The other system that I ran from the valve covers, same issue. Air is being built up inside of those, which is building pressure and heat, so you need to relieve it. So that's running off of one of the valve covers to this breather tank. And obviously this breather tank has an air filter on the top of it and a plug on one side. So the air is gonna run out of the filter, and then I can release any residual oil out of the bottom. Obviously JEGS needs another huge shout out for this video, because all of the fittings that you saw and hoses that you saw in this video were sent by them. So they have been a huge help, and I cannot thank them enough, as well as my other sponsors like Holly EFI, Motul, Smallwood Race Development, and HEATWAVE. All the way down to sunglasses and safety glasses. You guys have been a huge help, so I appreciate it a ton. Any of the part numbers that I have popped up on the screen will also be down in the description so that you guys can easily get to them. As always, I am very thankful that you guys watch my videos, and thank you so much for 10K. I got 10K in less than 5 months, and that is very exciting. So I thank you guys a ton, and I will see you next week.